And on that note, from aviation, let's come back to earth. Let's talk about us. Let's talk about our future, the youth of this country. And with me today is somebody who's spent a lot of her time, a lot of her professional time, a lot of her adult life talking to the youth, dealing with the issues of the youth. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Dr. Emily Obwaka. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
You wear many hats.
I do.
And there are many organizations that you're involved in.
Yes.
Would you just care to give us a quick rundown of the highlights of what you do? Okay,
my primary work is taking care of people in addiction to drugs and alcohol.
Right.
Through Teen Challenge, which is a Christian rehabilitation program.
Right.
And
how many people do you look after?
Well, we have a capacity of 110, but right now we have about half that number. I think people are struggling with the economic situation there. Right. But there are many people that need our services.
Over the years?
We also do a lot of prevention, so go out to schools, to universities and other places, just to tell them, we've been there, done that, and you don't need to go that road.
Right.
I also work with Christ is the Answer Ministries, just ministering in a church, helping people grow in their faith and how they do life best from that point. Yes.
Excellent. Now, you work with a lot of young people, which means then you have the finger on the pulse of the nation, or rather the future of the nation.
Yes.
I was looking at some statistics, and they make for rather grim reading. Some of them might be a little out of date, some of them are actually quite current. The problem that I see is that the numbers keep rising.
Yes.
For example, the WHO says that the drug and substance abuse in Kenya is on the rise.
It is.
And this is something a lot of people agree with.
Yes.
Number two, they also say that more than half of drug users or drug abusers are between the ages of 10 and 19. Literally teens. Literally teens.
You know, we've seen a reduction in the date or the age that people come into addiction.
When they begin.
When they begin. And you can understand that from the pressure around the home environment. And whether you're talking about urban areas or rural areas, there's just a breakdown of society in ways that we haven't seen before. At the family level, you know, everywhere. So that young people don't have the kind of social networks or safety nets that they need to grow into people who will be able to make choices that will take them away from, you know, things like drugs and alcohol. The pressure is on, so people want to cope, and they will reach out to whatever gives them an instant gratification, one of which is drugs.
I see.
You know, and alcohol.
I see. I mean, there's even more numbers from NACADA. Some of them, just looking at some numbers from a few years, it makes for very shocking reading. They're saying 1 in every 14 youth between the ages of 25 and 35 years are addicted to alcohol. This is just one thing, alcohol. We're talking about close to 1 million people. Close to 1 million people, totally tied to this thing.
Yes.
We've got hundreds of thousands others addicted to tobacco, hundreds of thousands addicted to miraa, hundreds of thousands addicted to cannabis, you know, weed and so on. We see these numbers, and I think you had started to touch on this, but what story do they tell of our society? Why are we producing this many people who are in need of, to quote you, instant gratification or relief from problems? Why are we producing this many?
I think it is three-pronged. One, we are not strongly instructing young people, or young people are not coming into their own, understanding who they are, what life has for them. You spoke about hope earlier on. People who are hopeless don't have a sense of self-drive or a sense of looking to any place to get the direction they need for life.